The hot Florida sun beats down on the hospital parking lot. 17-year-old Marcus gets out of his old Honda car. His hands shake as he fixes his clean white doctor coat. He bought it online for $39. The stethoscope feels heavy around his neck. The cold metal touches his sweaty skin. Think about that. You probably spent more on lunch yesterday than this kid spent on his whole fake doctor costume. Marcus should not be here. He should be in math class, worried about dates and college. Instead, he is about to walk into Miami General Hospital and pretend to be Dr. Hart. He picked that name because it sounded medical and trustworthy. But here's the thing that will blow your mind. His plan actually works. The automatic doors open with a whoosh sound. The smell of hospital cleaner hits his nose. His Nike shoes squeak on the shiny floor as he walks past the front desk. He nods with confidence at the volunteer who barely looks up. You know that feeling when you are somewhere you do not belong? Marcus should be scared, but instead something amazing happens. What am I doing? The thought screams in his head, but his feet keep moving, and this is where it gets into his mind. Marcus has always felt like nobody could see him. Too skinny for sports, too quiet to be popular, too poor for the rich kids who drive fancy cars to school. Sound familiar? We have all felt invisible at 17, but right now, in this white coat, nurses nod with respect as he walks by. Patients look at him with hope in their eyes. For the first time in his 17 years, Marcus feels powerful. And that rush? That is what turns him into a monster. He goes into room 314, where an old man lies connected to beeping machines. The patient's eyes light up when he sees the white coat. This is where normal people would run away. But Marcus? He is already addicted to the lie. Doctor, thank goodness. When will I know about my test results? Marcus's mouth goes dry. The machines beep steadily. The old man's spotted hand reaches out, desperate for comfort. Picture your own grandpa in that hospital bed, trusting a teenager with his life. Soon, Marcus whispers, backing toward the door. Very soon. And here is what is totally crazy. This works. For 30 whole days, Marcus walks through Miami General Hospital playing doctor. 30 days of stolen confidence, borrowed authority, fake respect. 30 days where he could have killed someone with wrong advice. But the worst part? Nobody stops him. Until he walks into the wrong room. And when you hear what happens next, you will understand why hospitals now have better security. Dr. Sarah Chen is checking on her patient, a pregnant woman in her 3rd trimester, when she hears footsteps behind her. She turns to see a kid in a white coat. The stethoscope hangs around his neck like a badge of honor. But something is wrong with his costume. The coat says anesthesiologist in faded blue letters. This kid could not even get the right fake doctor coat. Dr. Chen's blood runs cold. She has worked in this hospital for 8 years. She knows every anesthesiologist on staff. This boy looks like he should be asking someone to prom, not giving people medicine that makes them sleep during surgery. You know that moment when you realize something is completely wrong? That is happening right now. Excuse me. Her voice cuts through the room's quiet hum. Who are you? Marcus freezes. The pregnant woman looks between them, confusion spreading across her face. The baby monitor continues its steady rhythm. Beep, 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 like a countdown to his destruction. This is it. 30 days of pretending about to explode in his face. I am Dr. Hart, Marcus stammers, his voice cracking on the lie. Even now, caught red-handed, he cannot stop lying. Your coat says anesthesiologist. You look about 15, and I have never seen you before in my life. The words hit like punches. Marcus feels the walls closing in, the overhead lights suddenly too bright, the room too small. The pregnant woman's eyes get wide with alarm. She is realizing her doctor might be a fake while she is carrying her unborn baby. Security to room 318. Security to room 318. As police handcuffs click around Marcus's wrists in the hospital hallway, he does not break character. Not even a little. This is where most people would confess, apologize, beg for mercy. But Marcus, he doubles down on crazy. This is a misunderstanding, he tells the officers. His teenage voice tries to sound like authority even as they read him his rights. I have been practicing medicine for years. Years. This 17-year-old claims he has been a doctor for years. The older cop, Detective Rodriguez, has seen a lot in 20 years on the force. But a 17-year-old kid this committed to a lie? That is new. That is scary. Son, you are going home to your mother. But here is what Detective Rodriguez does not know, and here is what will make you question everything. 1 year later, Marcus sits across from Devin at a trendy coffee shop in downtown Miami. Steam rises from Devin's coffee as Marcus spins his web of lies with the skill of a master con artist. Remember, this kid is only 18 now, but he has learned how to trick people like a master criminal. I am a naturopathic physician, Marcus says, his voice now deeper, more confident. 18 looks more believable than 17, but not by much. I want to change healthcare, get back to natural healing, away from Big Pharma's poison. He is using all the right words: natural, healing, Big Pharma. It is like he studied how to scam health-conscious people. Devin leans forward, interested. He is 28, works in tech, has money to burn, and wants to invest in something meaningful. The kid across from him has passion blazing in his eyes. Devin sees a young entrepreneur. Marcus sees a walking ATM machine. How much do you need? And just like that, the trap is set. 10,000 to start. I will triple your investment within 6 months. $10,000 to a teenager, based on nothing but lies. The coffee shop buzzes around them, laptops clicking, milk steaming, conversations blending into background noise. Devin studies Marcus's face, looking for lies but finding only burning ambition. What Devin does not know is that Marcus has spent a year perfecting this performance. He writes the check that afternoon, $10,000 to a teenager with a criminal record. This is why you always Google people before investing, folks. Within weeks, Marcus has a website, business cards, and something he has never had before: legitimacy, or at least what looks like it. But wait until you hear how he gets official government approval for his fake practice. The website is sleek, professional. His photo, still obviously teenage but now described as young and innovative, sits next to made-up credentials. Dr. Marcus Hart, Ph.D., founder and CEO of Hart Natural Healing Center. Every word a lie, but it looks real. He applies for an NPI number, the government identifier that lets doctors bill insurance companies. This is where the system should catch him, right? Wrong. It gets approved. No background check, no verification, just a number that makes him look real on medical websites across the internet. The same government that can track your tax returns cannot verify if someone is actually a doctor. Marcus does not just want money or respect anymore. He wants to be needed. He wants to be the person people call when they are scared, when they are sick, when they have nowhere else to turn. He wants to be someone's hero, even if it destroys them. And folks, that is exactly what is about to happen to an innocent old lady. Eleanor's fingers shake as she dials the number from the website. She is 86, lives alone since Harold passed away, and the sharp pain in her stomach has been getting worse for weeks. Think about your own grandmother making this call, desperate for help. The phone rings once, twice. Hart Natural Healing Center doctor. Hart speaking. His voice sounds young, energetic. Eleanor closes her eyes with relief. A doctor who makes house calls, that is exactly what she needs. In her generation, doctors still cared enough to visit patients at home. Doctor, I am having terrible stomach pains. I can barely walk to the kitchen. I can be there this afternoon, ma'am. I specialize in helping seniors manage chronic pain naturally. He is targeting old people specifically. This is not random. It is calculated predatory behavior. When Marcus arrives at Eleanor's modest home, he carries a black medical bag and wears pressed pants with his white coat. His sneakers are gone, replaced by dress shoes that click professionally on her tile floor. The costume is getting more sophisticated. Eleanor opens the door, taking in his youthful face with momentary surprise, but the white coat and confident manner override her doubts. This is how predators work. they exploit our natural trust of authority figures. Mrs. Rodriguez, I presume? He extends his hand with practiced authority, even uses a fake name for her. Complete psychological manipulation. Her living room smells like lavender and old books. Family photos cover every surface. Grandchildren, holiday dinners, a lifetime of memories. Marcus notices the checkbook on her coffee table, the way her hands shake when she reaches for her water glass. He is not seeing a patient. He is seeing an opportunity. He takes her blood pressure with equipment he bought online. Listens to her heart with his $39 stethoscope. Presses gently on her stomach while she winces. The routine feels real because he has studied how real doctors behave. It is arthritis, he announces. Very common in women your age. I have natural supplements that will eliminate your pain completely. Arthritis, a safe diagnosis that cannot be easily disproven, and supplements that cannot be traced. Eleanor's eyes fill with tears of gratitude. Thank you, doctor. I was so worried it might be something worse. She is thinking cancer. Marcus lets her believe his fake diagnosis saved her from that fear. Marcus sells her $200 worth of vitamins he bought wholesale online. But as he is leaving, he notices something else. Eleanor's purse on the kitchen counter, slightly open, revealing more checkbooks inside. The vitamins were just the beginning. Over 4 visits, Marcus does not just steal Eleanor's money. He steals her checks while she is in the bathroom, making them out to himself for car payments, rent, the lifestyle he thinks a doctor should have. While she is struggling to walk to her kitchen, he is living it up on her money. $34,000, stolen from a woman who trusted him with her life. That is more than most people make in a year, stolen from someone's grandmother. And Eleanor is not his only victim. There are others, more old people, more stolen money, more broken trust. Detective Lisa Park adjusts her wire as she walks toward the Heart Natural Healing Center. The small storefront sits between a nail salon and a tax office, hardly the fancy medical complex Marcus describes on his website. She is 29, has been undercover dozens of times, but never pretended to be sick to catch a fake doctor who is barely old enough to vote. This case is personal for her. Her own grandmother was scammed by a fake contractor last year. The waiting room is generic, cheap furniture, stock photos of smiling people, elevator music playing softly. Marcus emerges from a back office wearing scrubs now, looking every inch the professional except for his obvious youth. The costume keeps getting better. Miss Johnson? Right on time. His handshake is firm, confident. What seems to be the problem today? He has gotten so good at this act. Even a trained detective almost believes him. Detective Park has practiced her symptoms. Tiredness, headaches, trouble sleeping. She watches Marcus take notes on a tablet, nodding seriously as if he is actually qualified to help her. But she is recording every illegal word. He checks her weight, blood pressure, temperature. The routine feels surprisingly legitimate until he starts talking. This is where he always reveals himself as a fraud. I believe you are dealing with environmental toxins. I recommend this natural allergy medication. It will clear your system completely. Environmental toxins, the perfect vague diagnosis that sounds medical but means nothing. He hands her a pill bottle with no FDA approval, no prescription label, no medical oversight whatsoever. This could be anything. Sugar pills, harmful chemicals, or worse. That will be $150. $150 for fake medicine from a fake doctor to treat a fake diagnosis. As Marcus accepts Detective Park's cash payment for unlicensed medical advice, she gives the signal. This is it. Game over. The door bursts open. Miami police! Hands where we can see them. Marcus does not run, does not fight. He just stands there in his scrubs, staring at the badge in Detective Park's hand with something that looks almost like relief. Maybe part of him wanted to get caught. The handcuffs click. The Miranda rights echo through the cheap waiting room. But even now, even caught red-handed practicing medicine without a license, Marcus cannot let go of the lie. I am hurt by these accusations, he tells the news cameras later, his teenage face defiant on every local station. This is not the first time I have been wrongly accused, and I will fight these charges. He is literally calling his arrest for practicing medicine without a license accusations. The nerve is breathtaking. He even holds a press conference, standing behind a podium like he is running for office instead of facing serious charges. Who does this? Who doubles down when caught committing crimes on camera? I am deeply saddened and disrespected by some of the things that have come forth. Disrespected. He is disrespected by being arrested for his crimes. By the time Marcus is arrested, he has stolen from multiple old patients, cheated insurance companies, and put real lives at risk with his fake medical advice. The damage is huge, not just money, but emotional. Devin loses his entire $10,000 investment. Eleanor discovers her missing checks and realizes the doctor she trusted was actually a criminal who saw her desperation as an opportunity. She will never trust another doctor again. But Marcus? Marcus still believes his own lies, and that is what makes what happens next so inevitable. Listen, if you are not subscribed yet, you need to hit that button right now, because stories like this one are happening every day, and most pie.